Good afternoon, everyone. This is CGTN special program, My Village and I. We are at the third station. We have visited Yunnan and Sichuan. And now we are in Gaobu Village, the county of Xunwu of Jiangxi province. Hello, I'm Xingyue. Hello, I'm the first secretary of Gaobu Village. Now, we have brought guests to Gaobu Village. This is my first time to do live streaming in Gaobu Village. Yes, the same for me. I am also a new guest to Gaobu Village, and we are very happy to be at the greenhouse for the fruits. And the online viewers will have this opportunity to post your answers to our questions, which will be raised later, and you will have the opportunity to win nice gifts. For the first secretary, this is also my first time to accompany the CGTN journalists to do this program. I came here 5 years ago as the first secretary of the village. So later we will raise questions in the live stream chat room, and please feel free to post up your answers. And on the screen, you will see two windows. The first is our live stream site. We are at a greenhouse. And on the right, there is a camera for the villagers. And there is a billboard which you can write up your will for the future. Do you know what is the 14th five-year plan period? Yes, I know it's the follow-up to the 13th five-year plan period. It's for the planning for the next 5 years of China's economic development and social development. I thought the lady just came from abroad and she's new. So let's check the answers to our first question. Zhang Mingwei, this citizen, has the answer for passion fruit. I think he's right. So he will have a nice gift. And later we will post up more questions and you will have more opportunities to win nice gifts from our channel. Next, we'll have a competition, a small competition between Xingyue and the first secretary to compete who is faster in picking up the fruits. Hello. Please say hi to our online viewers. Hello, everyone. Her family name is Yan. If you have any questions, please ask her. So we are going to have a competition for picking the fruits. Could you teach me? Yeah, let me show you in this way. You remove the leaves and take it off. So can all the passion fruit be picked here? Yes, you'd better pick those full-grown ones. This one has darker color, so it is more mature. And this one is also fully developed. So we better decide which fruits are maturely grown and we can pick them up. So you get a basket for picking the fruits. So How about giving the lady 1 minute and giving the first secretary 30 seconds to give the lady a slightly more advantage? So we will follow up with more questions and more gifts. Let's get started. This is only the preparation. Go. I think the first secretary is a little bit shy. Please be careful not to destroy the plants. You have 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Your time's up. You must be exhausted. I think you have gone too far. Let me check how many supporters you have. So let's count how many you have picked. So less than 10, and I think they are mature. I don't think you need to go that far. You can just pick the fruits here. I'm just joking. I think I have a bit more advantage over the first secretary. Xingyue, you'd better get faster in order to win. You'd better get the ripe ones. How do you feel? I feel so good. I'm gonna eat them after I pick them. You have 20 seconds to go. But I think you already win. 10 seconds to go. Okay, that's it. So let's put the 2 baskets together to compare who is the winner. So as the first secretary, how do you feel about this competition? Well, I think it wins. So how do you evaluate their performance? So that lady feels it's so funny that she cannot say a word. Okay, we have another round of competition. So let's take 2 passion fruits. Let's get prepared for the next competition. Actually, this is a question that we have prepared before you came to Beijing. So let me show you a video clip. Dear friends, hi, I'm Ganzhou City. Hello everyone, I'm Xingyue. On the 5th of December, we are going to do a live stream in a village in China to join the program My Village and I. Do you know this Chinese character? It's Gan, literally meaning Jiangxi province. Do you know this fruit? Is it lemon? Is it raw lemon? How about this one? Is it date? Well, actually, both of them are the passion fruit. Which one do you think is sweeter? It's not the dark one. Actually, it's the yellow one. It's called golden passion fruit. So how about this one? Well, the left one. So how do we eat? Do we open it with a knife? Where I will save the answer for the live stream on December 5th.
干就完事儿，心愿很有才啊，当时都把我惊着了。中国的网络用语他掌握的比咱俩都好。那么接下来要到揭晓的时刻了。首先刚刚要发奖。
I think Xingyue knows a lot more Chinese characters and Chinese phrases than I. So let's check the answers. Well, a online viewer stood out in this competition, so he can take away the prize. So let's compete who is the first to taste the passion fruit. If you support me, please post 1. If you support Xingyue, please post 2. Let's see who opens the passion fruit faster. Wow, you surprised me. I have a small tool to open a hole in the passion fruit. You open it up like this. I think it tastes so good. So later we will also review the answers. I have tasted the passion fruit, which means a lot to the Gaobu Village. It is not only sweet fruit, it also represents the bitter and sweetness of the Gaobu Village people, the people's life here. Later, first the secretary will give us a speech. So is it well prepared? Yes, I think I need to do better in the rhythm. So do you know what is the rhythm? I think it's about, it's something like the hip-hop style to make it sound better. So first the secretary, how about doing a show for you? Do you like it? Now we are moving out of the fruit greenhouse to embrace another competition. So what is the competition? The first secretary will take us to the households. He will show us another tool. Guess what it is? It is quite a magic. It's a magic tool for the first secretary. Well, the answer is the bicycle of the first secretary. Can you hold the passion fruit for me? Sure. Do you need help? Sure, I have no problem riding this bicycle. It's definitely not a challenge because I have a bicycle myself. Is it electric? I don't think the electricity is on, so I just ride it away. I think there is a 3-wheel vehicle in front of us. Maybe Xingyue can ride it again. Well, yesterday we decided to turn the power on, but the first secretary worried about the safety of Xingyue, so he cut the power off. Now we have more tests. We'd like Xingyue to tell the names of these fruits and vegetables. What's this? Tomato. How about this? Cucumber? What's this? Pumpkin?
芦灰，
什么？
芦灰
How about this?
芦荟，
是吗？
这是冬瓜。
哦，
好，说一样没认出。一样没认出，这个呢？
No, it's another kind of vegetable. It's wax gourd.
边拿边吃。对，
How about this? It is Chinese date.
这是
南果、
芒果。
芒果，这是木瓜。
哦，
我最后让你认一样吧。
It's mango? No, it's not mango. It's papaya.
这位朋友是一个苦瓜。
苦瓜，好的，心愿不错呀，基本都答对了。书记打多少分？
This is the bitter melon.
一样没，就一样没认出。
So, first secretary, how do you rate 新月's performance?
书记现在非常的紧张，因为他马上要做演讲，所以我们干脆不要让书记再带着我们走了。
I think the first secretary is quite nervous because he will have a speech.
不是断电了吗？
书记，你先去准备。
So let's cut you some slack for you to go to the speech site first.
书记加油！
We will join you later.
我看着书记这个骑着电单车在乡间远去的背影，我就想到，哎，是不是有一首那个
Now the first secretary has left us for a while. He's moving to the villagers'
是这个吗？
speech site.
没有没有。
骑上我心爱的小摩托，这是一首网红歌。那这个小单车呢，其实就是书记一直骑着在村子里走来走去，走村串户。刚刚开了很多。
The first secretary rides his bicycle. This is his tool to assist him to go around in the village. He was born in 1978. Now he's in his 40s. No, I think he looks much younger. He looks like someone in his 30s, at most 35.
他就到了高部村。
Well, in 2016, when his first daughter was 5, he left his hometown for this village. Now 5 years has passed.
在去年的，
Although his term has finished, he decided to stay here longer.
所以这是一个非常好的消息。
He has helped 88 households who lived on the poverty line, shaked off poverty. During this spring festival, he was planning to stay with his family in Beijing, but due to the COVID-19 crisis, he stayed with the villagers here.
的工作人员
So, do you know anything about poverty alleviation in China or battling against poverty?
也挺有意思，是有意思的。
Well, to my knowledge, is it about the stories of how people are lifted out of poverty? Well, it's a nice presentation.
来到了这一片，
You know, poverty alleviation is quite challenging, so we call it a battle against poverty.
今天好像没有。
And this year is the crucial year, the final stage for poverty alleviation in China.
我
This is the rice field.
是红酒的农村，没有去过。
Have you been to the rice field or countryside of the United States?
然后好像还有一些动物吧。
葡萄山谷，你是加州的？
I only visited the area that people make wine.
就有点像那种
Is it California? But I don't think it's the countryside. It's a tourist attraction.
我会觉得
So before you came to China, what's your impression about China's rural area? Well, I thought the rural area in China must have a lot of cattle, pigs, and animals.
第一次去是在葫芦岛，
So how about your first experience to China's rural area? Well, my first visit was to the Hulu Island.
雾雾轩
雾轩轩的啊。我们摄像是东北的，雾轩轩啥意思呀？哦，
叽叽喳喳的。
叽叽喳。那次到农村最深的印象是什么？
印象最深的应该
So what impressed you most
特别
during your visit to the rural China?
烧饭，然后它上面会变
I think in northeast China, their bed is quite different. They have a heatable bed,
我们的村庄此刻已经映在了我们走的。
which feels warm.
走在，哎呦，乡亲们都在那看我们呢。乡亲们好，挥挥手呗。
Can you see the villagers' crowd in front of us?
一路过去，那边就是搭好的舞台，书记已经在那里准备了。这个江西的农
A stage has been set on, and the first secretary will give a speech there.
的人迁徙到这边，
Gaobu
看
Village
到这边能路过一个很
has a hacker culture, and we have some stylish
这个
architecture.
很好答案。这是一个叫炮楼，
炮楼。
就是以前当地人泡澡浴室是吧？这么大的浴室。
Check this
看
building.
到这里有一个聚集地嘛，叫围屋。
How do you think it looks like? It actually is called the Gang Tower.
防御土匪的。
哦。
gangsters。
In the past, it is used to guard against enemies and gangsters.
然后就可以从那里边往外打枪打炮。
哦。
所以这个地方其实也是我们在的这个巡屋
And
县。
people can hide behind the walls
巡就是古代八尺的意思。古代的八
to
尺。
protect themselves and drive away the gangsters.
字旁的雾，船雾，遮蔽物。比如我挡在你面前，我就是你的雾了。
哦。
对，巡雾的意思就是。
So this village is located in Xunwu County,
城堡，其实就相当于这个东西。所以它是
literally meaning 8-inch thick wall.
有历史的一个建筑。
是啊，好啊，我们现在再往前走。
I see this village has a profound history.
盼望着我，就来到大家的身边，我们再招招手，好吧？大家好。
Don't you think the villagers are enthusiastic and thrillers about our visit?
下一个挑战非常的难。
Hello everyone. I will give the floor to Xingyue because we will have more competitions.
上架吗？
知道。
根本不是成语。
这不是成语。赶鸭子上架。哦，对，它有。
Do you know the Chinese idiom, walking the duck?
鸭子上架的来赶鸭子了哈。我们的村民帅气的刘日伟已经拿着鸭子。
It also relates to someone who is asked to give a performance while he's not skilled it.
台前的这个食堂里，好不好？怎么样？有信心吗？
We have prepared true ducks.
赶鸭子
哦，还有个工具。
就是我要。
乡亲们给新月。
We also have a tool to assist Xingyue.
汉堡水。
So let's give her some round of applause.
日伟可以开始了。
来，加油！
他不出来怎么办？
Now you can start walking the ducks.
看他们叫什么名字？呀呀呀！你好。
鸭子很害怕。
Do they
现
have
在日伟得采取一
names?
些啊，是吗？
要到这边吗？
哦，好。
I think the ducks are quite
鸭子
scared.
出来呀，同志们。好，快赶，快赶。
你好。来。
能成功吗，新月？新月，你在跳舞吗？你要再从他们
They have come out, so I wonder you can succeed in walking the ducks.
来这里。
I think you need some help from the villagers.
好，新月，你还有最后的，完了。
Come, come.
我们的节目还能不能开始？我觉得。
Wow, I think the ducks are going in the opposite direction.
好，新月最后10秒，如果失败就让日伟赶了哈。10、9、
10 seconds to go.
7、6、
10, 9, 8, 7,
3、
6, 5,
1，
4, 3, 2,
回来吧，新月。
1.
你回来，你输了。
Time's up.
把那个杆儿交给日伟，一会儿看看日伟能不能成功哈。
What a pity, Xingyue, you have lost this trial. So let's see how the villager walk the duck.
不配合。好，哎，
The ducks today are not cooperative.
哎，我发现日伟还是比较专业的，鸭子要跳水了。哇！
Check how professional the villager is in walking the duck.
向你们鼓掌，新月赶得好不好？
这也太给面子了吧！
乡亲们非常善良哈。
Do you think Xingyue has done a good job?
这就是我们今天的
I think the villagers are quite tolerant of your performance.
刚才我们在直播中说
Now let's check the stage.
我们的心愿，
We have put up a
在这里许下你的心愿，
post.
未来这5年最想要的是什么？
We have put up a wish list wall where you can write up your wishes.
会怎么样？
祝高布村
Do you write Chinese characters? Yes.
大家，祝高布村的大家天天开心哈。
So what is your message? The message is to wish the villagers in Gaobu Village
And the fruit
a good life
harvest OK， 非常
and
收成是吧？大丰收。
fruitful
好
harvest.
的，谢谢新月，谢谢。
谢谢。
好的，那我们接着往里走，许下了心愿，我们来年是一个丰收年。然后
Thank
带
you.
大家揭秘一下哈，我们这场共有
Yes, let's wish the village a good harvest for next year.
大建筑的里面很可怜。大家好。
Behind the wish wall, we have a small studio.
跟各位网友也介绍一下，眼前的这个建筑是当地一个很有特色的，叫围屋。
To give you more knowledge,
我们当地人、客家人
we have today we can see a stylish local architecture that people used to live in the past. But now people have moved out, so this place has become a place for gathering for the villagers.
来了江西的农村，要看看当地的建筑，这就是很有特色的一个建筑，可以从这里进入。
This is the feature architecture of the rural area of Jiangxi province.
好了吗，心愿？
准备好了。
预备。
So let's say hello again to our online viewers.
父老乡亲们，大家好，我是央视新闻记者庄胜春，鼓个掌呗。
Hello everyone, we are from CGTN.
Hello，大家好，我是外观演员。
My name is Zhuang Shengchun. Hello everyone, I am 新月.
带着我们的父老乡亲还有网友们走了一下村儿哈，看了看高布村的美景。
Just now we have walked around the village.
前餐就要正式。
We have seen the beautiful scenery and we have tasted the beautiful fruit.
在哪儿呢？老汪呢？哎，
I heard there is a king of songs in your village. So could you please show up?
啊
Mr. Wang is the king of
有
songs.
很多戏份儿。首先要给大家来一个开场曲。
So you take the microphone.
对对对，开场曲是我和我的村庄，咱们的主题曲是不是？
So we expect your first performance, which is the theme song for our program, My Villager and I.
乡亲们，期待吗？掌声再热烈一点，好不好？
Do you like his performance? Do you want to see his performance? Yes, sure.
准备开始。
I think Mr. Wang is very nervous. So please start your song.
然后等3秒钟开始啊，预备，请开始
Hold
表演。
on. 1, 2, 3, go.
风吹成衣柳成家，抬头炊烟袅升起，低头捣鼓是故乡。青山绿水，绿水青山，青山绿水，绿水青山，绿叶红花，红花绿叶，花红来来来来，绿绿花红。我家就在梦魇坊，外婆住在门头洼。红晚太阳有风也凉，山高水长成故乡。 青山绿水，绿水青山，青山绿水，青山绿山，绿叶红花，红花绿叶，花红来来来来，绿绿花红。青山绿水，绿水青山，青山绿水，绿水青山，绿叶红花，红花绿叶，花红来来来来，绿叶花红，回家喽！
好，鼓掌，唱得好不好？再来一个，要不要？
Let's give him a warm round of applause.
老王觉得
Do you like an anchor?
没发挥好是吧？
Sure.
一会儿可能还有机会，好不好？跟
Do you think? How do you think about your performance? Well, I think I can do better. Let me give you another chance later.
没错啊，再来一
Maybe you can give us another song.
央视新闻的网友们，大家好。
Hello, everyone. I'd like to say hello to the online viewers of CGTN.
请坐，请坐。紧张，你就坐，紧张。来，我们请学生也过来。新月，你就坐。
I am nervous.
新月刚刚完成了很多挑战哈。这里我们的学
So,
生。
Xingyue, maybe you can join us sitting here.
哎，拿麦克风。
And we have with us a young representative of the village. Hello, everyone.
哦，学生是我们村子里
I am a so-called overseas student.
销售水果啊等等。先来。
I'm in charge of the local economy.
三句客家话。
Let's start a competition between you and Xingyue. Okay, let me show you some hacker village, hacker language. But Xingyue only speaks Mandarin. I don't think she speaks too much hacker.
你们能听懂吧？啊，我是听不懂的。新月，请翻译。
I think the villagers understand you well. Could you go again?
又长又亮。
又长又亮啊，那不跟面条一样吗？
What do you mean? Is it long and bright? Something like that?
哪里哪里？
No, what I said, I mean you are so pretty.
关那个肚子眼，这边
Give it a second go.
吃个米汤，
我也听成了米汤。
还是吃个蜜桃？
What do you mean? I don't know.
你跟着我念一下，蜜汤，
米汤，
蜜汤，
蜜汤
对，新月美女发声很标准，一起来。
So follow me.
米汤。
请猜是吧？
I think Xingyue has a nice pronunciation.
不对，不对
啥意思？快揭晓！
啊，就是很有意思，很有趣。
谁很有？
Is it something relating to fruit?
啊，说我，好夸我啊！谢谢
啊，
谢谢。
No, I mean Mr. Zhuang
组起来呢，它
is an interesting person.
庄老师还有我们新月，一个又是非常漂亮的，还有一个非常幽默风趣、有趣的。
一般说人幽默风趣。
So my message is Xingyue is pretty girl and Mr. Zhuang is interesting
这是我刚刚讲的。
and handsome.
我发现并不先唱太嘎小家的牙菜菜的
So what's your third message?
牙菜菜，
突然就开始了。
我已经开始了。牙菜菜
哦，猜猜。
不猜猜。我再来一下，听不出来。
What's your message?
牙菜菜的，
什么？太搞笑了。
Let me give it another shot.
啊，很开心是吧？
But I don't think I understand you well.
大家都笑得很开心。
对，很开心，而且牙齿都露出来了。
The message is I am in a good mood.
来，掌声鼓励一下啊！
I'm happy to have you with us today.
哈，我们要快速的给新月最后一个挑战，还要挑战一下啊！这里呢有摆着很多的鲜果，还有
Xingyue, please prepared for another competition. In front of you, you see the local fruit.
我们要插播一个环节，然后我们再来给大家直播带货，帮我们的
Before we go to the competition,
两位
we have another round.
做一下，好不好？
Let's try to sell and promote
刚才导播
the local food to the online viewers.
老王
Just now, the king of song said he was not satisfied with his performance, so let's give him another chance. And let's have him onto the stage again. So let me ask you a question. How many scores do you give to your performance just now? No, I think it's only 30 if the full score is 100. I'm not happy about it. I learned that Mr. Wang used to work in the construction site of Guangdong province, and you were so popular because of your singing skills. The people like to listen to your songs. So how about now? For now, I only sing once in a while. I know that your son is in high school in the 2nd grade, and he learns music. Yes, he learns singing. So he shares your dream as well. Who do you think sings better, Mr. Wang or his son? Who is your star, your favorite singer? I like Teng Ge best. Which songs do you like? Well, a lot of interesting episodes from Teng Ge, like the prairie, like the heaven. Yes, last year I heard you joined a Chinese singing competition and you won the 4th place in the regional competition, right? Yes. This year, Mr. Wang is busy attending to the construction site. He's working on building the houses for the local villagers. So that left him less time on singing. But whether you join a competition for this year or not, you are still the king of songs in our heart. So, would you please give us another performance? Which song will you pick? I will pick the Heaven of Teng Ge. Okay, let's give you a few more minutes to prepare. In the meanwhile, we will have Xingyue and the student onto the stage. You can take the time to prepare. Meanwhile, we will have a live stream on the products. Which one do you prefer to sell first? Pick one. We have such a big collection of food. Which one do you pick first to introduce to the online viewers? Well, let me try the passion fruit. This is the delicious passion fruit of this village. It's very sweet. It's homegrown. And check this passion fruit of Xunwu County. It's sweet. It is also a little bit sour. You can eat it directly. You can also eat the juice part. You can also make other drinks out of it. For example, you can make passion fruit juice, passion fruit drink. and also the dry fruit. You can also cook it with the chicken feet. Later, we will take you to the local shops where you can have a wider range of choices.
好，第二样是什么？
So just get one.
橙子，这个橙子我们要怎么介绍呢？我想一想。
This is the navel orange.
然后788，这个非常美味的橙子，优惠的价格带回家。
This will not cost much.
是 rap 的选手哈，全是说唱哈。好，
It will cost you a little money, and you can take it home. It's navel orange, locally grown in the southern part of Jiangxi province. If you want to get the pure navel orange, you must get our local brand. Take a smell. It smells so good. It also smells sweet. And this is the biggest shining point about our navel oranges. By eating this navel orange, it makes you feel in a sweet love.
哎呀，现场撒狗粮的。学生
So please get one from our village.
还像热恋的感觉，好家伙。
这是脐橙的味道，真的很好，就强烈的推荐。这个季节叫做
So the taste of navel orange is the taste of sweetness and the taste of love.
因为吃完一个，你还想第二个。
好，广告时间。
Surely you cannot miss it.
两位请移步休息，有请我们的
The first bite will never stop you from taking the second bite.
城隍大哥的这个天堂哈，观众朋友们，再鼓个掌吧。
Okay, let's take a little rest, and now we will have a song from Mr. Wang.
老师的天堂，预备，走你。
So he brings the performance of the heaven from Teng Ge.
清清的湖水，哎耶，绿绿的草原，这是我的家，哎耶，奔驰的骏马。 洁白的羊群，哎耶，绿绿的草原，还有你的姑娘，哎耶，我爱你，我的家。 我的家，我的天堂，我爱你，我的家，我的家，我的天堂，没有了。 我爱你，我们有了，哎呀人，哎呀人，哎呀的玫瑰朵。
腾格尔老师好，腾格尔你好。
你好，你好，
跟我们乡亲们打个招呼吧。
Hello, Teng Ge is also shown up in our live
我
stream.
是腾格尔，你们好。
Hello, everyone. My name is Teng Ge.
刚才我们城隍大哥唱的怎么样？
How are you?
唱得非常好，真的特别好。
有想
So, Mr. Teng, what do you think of Mr. Wang's performance?
拿起麦克风，有什么想跟腾格老师说的？
I didn't expect Mr. Teng is also here, and he cooperated with me well in my performance.
我最喜欢的他的什么呢？就是他的唱歌，
He is my
特别喜欢他的
king of songs,
那些高亢的歌，
and he is my superstar. I like his voice.
我就喜欢他的。
其实我们是在这个采访的过程中发现城隍大
He's my favorite.
特别好，然后最喜欢的歌手就是你，所以找到了滕老师。他今天不能到现场，在上海出差，但是通过连线的方式参加了。我们相信
As Tenger has some business today in Shanghai, he cannot join us in the site.
出生的草原人，来过江西的农村吗？
Tenger was born in the prairie in Erdos of Inner Mongolia.
代表村民们邀请。
Have you visited the rural area in Jiangxi? Not yet. I visited Jiangxi before, but not the rural area. So if you get the chance, please come here and visit us. Today we are on a program for My Village and I. So talking about this program, what's your first impression? Well, it reminds me of the villagers' face. Although I haven't visited the rural area of Jiangxi province, but I think the scenery must be excellent. You must have fresh air. In my hometown, it already snows.
然后你们那边肯定是绿油油的，是吧？
绿油油的，
现在冬天。
没错没错。虽然
But I think in your hometown, even in winter season,
我的家乡现在已经是
everything is green.
这两天天天下雪。
咱们在
So it's snowy here. It snows non-stop in my hometown. So what's the local language for village in
那么说到您的村庄，您因为长期在外面工作，最先想到的会是什么？
talking about your own village? What reminds you first?
第一个想到的是辽阔的大草原，那草原上的骏马、
Well,
牛，
talking about my village, the first keyword is the running houses and the cattle on the green prairie.
因为天气特别冷，一般这个时候我们一到晚上的时候，
It's freezing in north part of China.
煮羊肉，然后
You must rely on the lamb meat
喝着小酒唱着歌哈。刚才城隍大哥
and a Chinese liquor to keep yourself warm.
腾格尔老师的家乡三部曲的第一部，当时知
You just picked the song of heaven.
第一部是蒙古，
Well, this is the second most favorite episode of Tenger. The reason for writing this song is because when he returns to his hometown, he found the grassland had been destroyed. Can you share with us the story behind? You know, when I was little, we live on the green grassland.
就是那个时候就是做饭都是用这个柴，
But we
后来人们又觉醒过来，
cut off the grass for cooking.
上面树
Only when the grassland was destroyed did we realize the importance of protecting the grassland.
就是我童年的那种景象，
And now years passed.
童年的时候那
When I returned to my hometown again, the beautiful scenery and the natural landscape in my child times can never be found again.
然后牛啊羊
But yet when you visit my hometown in summer, the scenery is also nice. You can find green grassland still.
我们那是那个就是 或者就是属于干旱型，就是老不下雨。这样的话就是。
My hometown is located at the dry area of Erdos City. It's easier to plant a tree than to sustain it. We have planted over 1,000 trees, and all of them are thriving. So the quality of the plantation cares more than the number of plantation.
有没有年轻人特别喜欢滕老师的？举个手。有。
Tengger is our star, and he has a lot of fans, even including the young people. So we'd like to thank Tengger for joining us today. Do you have any message to say to the local villagers? I think you have done a good program. No matter the development of the village or the development of our country, we all need the young people to contribute. I am proud of you. I have checked the comments from the online viewers. We heard Tengger has a new song, has a new album this year. The song is about the returning swallows. The lyrics are meaningful. It's about returning to the homeland, about nostalgia. Why do you write this song? It's about nostalgia, about your village. Well, this is the final episode of my 3 prairie songs. The first song is to express the idea that I am born in the prairie. The second is to express my nostalgia about the homeland. The third song is to express my best wishes for my homeland. A few lines sing like this in the Mongolian language. It is to show the auspiciousness and the best wishes for my homeland. The first secretary of this village, Mr. Ji Zhixiong, has the wish for the young people to return to the village. Do you have the same wish? Do you share his wish for the young people to come back? I think this is a good point. The young people should pay back to society and pay back to their homeland. Yes, it's a good idea, but I think it's very challenging to do that. Do you have any good suggestions? Well, first of all, I think the young people must have love for their hometown from the bottom of their heart. After they travel across many cities and parts of China, they will find their best love is rooted deeply in their hometown. It is meaningful to pay back to their hometown and make further contributions to where they were born. So, today, could you give us a performance and to show us the heaven? Yeah, I will try. I think Mr. Wang also did a good job. We must be articulating and take it easy, try to be slow.
这是我的家，哎，这样特别的辽阔。然后
好听吗？
好听。
我爱你，
Do you like his performance?
我的家。
From the lyrics, you must give a feeling of the spacious prairie for people to feel how spacious the prairie is.
然后是假嗓子，不是直假嗓子。呼
And next, you must follow with fake voice.
气一定要足。
好，腾格老师，我太喜欢你了，真的，你是我心中的那个歌神，真的是。
好的，也非常感谢腾格老
You
师
must
在出
hold
差
the
间隙跟我们
breath
做
and
这次
use
连
the
线，期待您能
falsetto.
够到高布村来，好不好？欢迎您。
So thank you, Tengger, for your wonderful performance, and thank you again for joining our program today. See you next time. See you, everyone. So how do you feel about today's performance? I think you must be thrilled to see Tengger joining us program. Now we are done with the singing part. Let's have another round of live streaming sales of the local food. What else do we have today? So Xingyue, please tell us. How about the dried fruit? So I pick the dried passion fruit. You know, this dried fruit is very convenient to take. It's a nice snack. You won't reject it. Take one. Do you have further comments? From the first appearance of the package, you were not rejected. Maybe it's better to open it up and eat it. It's carefully selected. The fruit part is carefully selected. Local techniques are applied to the processing of the fruit. I couldn't resist trying one. So let's share it. It tastes nice. So this one is really good, and let's try another one. Make a wild guess. What is it? This is the dried sweet potato. It also has English word here on the package. This dried sweet potato is made of sweet potato that are homegrown. So these two snacks, two flavors. The first one is sour and sweet. For the sweet potato, it's even sweeter. I think the way you promote it really appeals to the people's emotions.
这里再次跟我们第二期的网友说一下哈，在我们的快手小店是吧？搜索高布村。
Okay, this will be the end of the live streaming sales part. If you log on to the Kuaishou platform, you can search the keyword Gaobu Village in Chinese, and then you can have access to our products link. And you can place order in the platform. You'd better support us and by placing order, support our products. How do you think about their promotion? How do you think of their performance? How would you rate yourself? I think people thought you have done a good job. So get it. Now let's have a little rest, and so much about the live streaming product sales. Let's enter today's theme. We will have, let's welcome onto stage the first secretary of the village. But before that, let's check a video clip.
"我宁愿归还路易，也不愿凉风四射。
好玩吗，乡亲们？我看大姐大白牙都露出来了。
Do you like the video?
刚刚我们吉书记的小单车穿过了。
I can see the big smile on your face. In the video clip, we saw the first secretary riding his bicycle. Now let's welcome him onto stage. Mr. Ji, the first secretary of the village.
书记，暖和，热身哈。心情怎么样？
How do you feel?
准备好了吗？
I feel excited.
好，接下来
Are you prepared for your speech? Yes.
开始今天的态度演讲，好不好？好，第一个考验。
Now, before giving your speech, we'd like to have 2 tests for you.
我们准备了几个。
First, we have a Q&A board.
书记给我们来做个回答，一共有10个。
We prepared a few interesting questions.
那我就
10 questions.
从第一个开始，好不好？
So, are you going to answer them one by one?
什么？
Okay, let's run one by
这
one.
是16年到的高布村，初来乍到的时候最不习。
So, you joined this village in 2016. When you came here for the first time, what is the thing that you are not accustomed to? Well, it is
下一个呢？
the noise of the chicken and the pigs and animals when I wake up at 4 or 5 in the morning.
第二个，哎呦，
The second
最
question,
溜的客家话是哪一句？乡亲们给打个
which line do you speak best in terms of the hacker language? Let me show you.
什么意思呀，书记？
What do you think of his performance?
标准吗？差不多是吧？我听到玉了。
Well, the message is, whatever you would like to eat, we just cook it.
这差太远。
So how about you give us a performance?
好，我们再来第3句哈。
Maybe my pronunciation is not standard. It's in a Beijing style. Well, the third question, what is your favorite dish?
酿鸡蛋有什么特别呀？
I think the local tofu tastes really good, but I prefer the local egg even better.
8个一顿，哪位啊？哪位？在吗？
I remember once in a meal I ate 8
因为你把他家吃
eggs.
他不愿意来，所以今天不来现场。
I'm afraid you finished all the eggs in the household.
节奏啊，我们看看这个
Maybe we skip to other
朋
questions.
友圈获赞无数，
Number 6.
哪一条朋友圈大家点赞的最多？
Which is the most preferred WeChat circle you've sent? You posted. I remember on 1st of August, we were on a visit to the one household of Mr. Liu Dezhao, and we posted a picture in my WeChat moments, and that wins a lot of thumb ups.
难忘的笑脸。
Number 7, what is your most unforgettable smile? I remember one of the villagers had a wish. The villager has a daughter whose name is Shanshan. The girl did not smile,
在哪里？举个手。好。
but when I took her to Shenzhen, she smiled. She had this wonderful smile. This is the little girl who showed the most impressive smile.
唱支军歌。
Well, the last question, number 10.
可能不知道，我们的书记当年
Could you sing us a military song to express your feeling for the moment? I'm not sure if you know, the first secretary has joined the military once. So he will sing a song for us related to the military life.
非常好听，过关了。乡亲们，书记表现的怎么样？
Just a few lines.
无条件的表扬你哈。
How do you think about his performance?
第2个考验即将到来，这个过关可没那么容易了，因为各位可能这几
We're done with the first test. Now we have the second test, which is even more difficult.
专门把他从辽宁抓到了江西，干什么呢？在村里
Over the past few days, we have invited our CGTN colleague, Qi Lili, whose hometown is in northeast China, from Liaoning province.
没关系，
And we have invited her to this village.
鼓掌欢迎丽丽。
We will have Lili onto the village,
丽丽，有什么槽点？
onto the stage.
好的，其实这一次呢，作为特派员
So, Lili, do you have any interesting stories about the first secretary?
这几天呢，我真的是走
Well, as a special expert stationed here, I feel quite thrilled to visit the households one by one. And after my field visit,
找到了，
要发汗了是吧？浑
对我
身淌汗。
找到了。
好，
我们先来看一下第一条啊。
I found some shortcomings about the first secretary.
既暴脾气
Let me share with you.
批评人，而且非
Some complained that the first secretary also looked hospitality, but he can be very serious at times.
看出来吗？哎呀，那我就要公布了，这个人远在天边，近在我身边。
Do you know who is the one who made the compliment?
对方胆子非常大哈，来跟我们说说这个，你当时跟我说是非
So this friend complained about being scolded by the first secretary because of work. Can you share with us the story behind? Do you remember the most impressive scene that where you were scolded? He said once when he was scolded by the first secretary, he felt so upset.
书记要回应一下吗？想不起来了。
But anyway, that is a story of the past.
咱们说当着书记的面，今天书记肯定不发脾气。
就是上一次咱们央视节目。
Are you willing to share your story? Well, last time when we joined a CGTN program, when I was running the cattle, you know, the first secretary was cautious about this program. He asked me to finish the task of running the cattle to the top of the mountain in a limited time. Unfortunately, I failed because the cattle did not arrive in a timely manner. So I was scolded by the first secretary. Now we heard your story. I think you are sweating. How about give him a round of applause? We have another story. Someone complained the first secretary has double standards. He always said life and work can be separated, but in reality, they were never separated. So who made this complaint? It's Mr. Liu.
我要吐槽呢，就是怎么说呢？有时候觉得书记挺烦的，烦什么呢？就是很爱管事情，怎么形容呢？自己都是这么。
You know, the first secretary runs a lot of affairs. Sometimes there were too many tasks to run at the same time. Before finishing one task, he always runs into more. So we also feel quite burdensome to run so many tasks at once. So the first secretary has asked us to do too many work. It's just for joking. I remember once when we decided to travel, the first secretary said we can have some time for rest. But we did not have a happy visit. The first secretary made everything so nice for us to enjoy the visit. But for himself, we don't think he enjoyed the visit because he was too busy. How about the third story? Where the third story is, it said that the first secretary cared a lot about his colleagues and his subordinates. He cared about everything about his colleagues, but maybe he cared too much. His hands are on too many things. Even for someone to visit toilets, he must have this reported. When we were on business visits, once we landed, the first time we get off the plane, we must call or contact the first secretary to report.
好，丽丽，时间关系，最后
We need to make a first call to the first secretary, even before we contact our family members.
有这个姑娘在吐槽，其实这个姑娘和小伙子们都在一块儿。
Do you have further stories? Yes, we have the last one.
手机突然响起，就是在
Someone said
1点多的时候，经常叮的一声。
they are scared of
办个事儿，
办个事儿，
the messages
有没有这种
from the
情况
first
哎这个
secretary
姑娘说的
at midnight.
还有勇于举手。
This may happen because the first secretary may ask them to prepare some materials at midnight. I think at work, the girls look like boys who can labor.
手机关注度一定要高，时刻不离手。
So we must be cautious about the messages of our phones.
就是所有人吐槽的点，后来我们都归类了一下，真的就分为两
And we are cautious not to miss any message from the first secretary.
个时间是停下来的，就不分昼夜。
Now we have shared several stories of the first secretary. We learned that the first secretary is really hardworking. He is working all the time. And second, he has a strong team, which helped him a lot.
不冷了。
Well, thank you for sharing.
我们刚才年轻人来了个大展示。